I can still clearly recall the events of that day, even now. It was October, the day before my entrance exam. The weather outside had been miserable since morning, and visibility was all but non-existent. It would be a bad omen if I were to slip and fall on the day before the exam, so I decided I'd wear boots to school just to be safe.
行ってきます。
See you later! Huh? Oh God. When I opened the door, I was shocked to see a white-haired old woman lying on the ground, soaked to the bone. What the fuck? I frantically rushed over to her side.
おばあさん、大丈夫ですか？
Are you okay?
しっかりしてください。どうしたんですか？
Stay with me. Come on. Tell me what happened.
まさかひき逃げとか？
Was it a hit and run? The road running by my house was narrow and mostly used only by our neighbors. But it's not like it was closed off to outside traffic or anything, so a hit and run wasn't out of the question. I looked over the old woman's body as best as I could. Fortunately, there were no signs of any serious
よ
injury.
かった。事故とかじゃないみたい。
Doesn't seem like a car accident, at least.
娘
Young lady.
はい。
Yes?
今日は学校へ行ってはならん。
You must not go to school today.
え？
What?
絶対に行ってはならん。
You absolutely must not go. Huh? The old woman raised herself up slightly and spoke hoarsely. From the tone in her voice, she seemed terribly desperate.
だけど今日は面接の最後の練習があってね。
But I have to. Today's my last chance to practice for a college entrance interview.
行ってはならんと言っている。
No, just stay home. Don't go.
そういうわけにはいかないよ。面接は私が一番苦手とする試験だから。
I have to go. The interview is the worst part of the exam I'm worst at. Oh, the interview is the part of the exam I'm worst at. Yeah.
それよりおばあちゃんどうしたの？お家の人は？
Please, tell me what's wrong. Where is your family?
どうしてもか。
Will you?
え？
Will I?
どうしても行くというのか。
Will you go? No matter what?
うん。
Yeah.
ならばせめて。
In that case, please. Not knowing what to say, I nodded apprehensively as the old woman began digging through her pockets. She produced what looked like a crumpled scrap of paper. As she was digging around, I noticed that her breathing had become dangerously ragged and began considering my options to assist her. Really, I should have gone back into the house and called my mom. But there was something about her that kept me glued to the spot. I sensed desperation hiding in that unbroken gaze.
これを受け取りなされ。
You must take this.
何？
What is it?
お守りじゃ。
A charm.
お守り？
A charm. The old woman clutched my wrist and forcibly pressed the scrap of paper into my palm. Tilting my head, I unfolded the scrap and looked carefully at it. At first, I thought I'd just been handed a piece of trash. What? But when I unfolded it all the way, I saw that it was actually a paper doll in the shape of a human being. Oh my god. It comes full circle. The stupid fucking charm. And there was a name written on its torso. Yui Shishido. Yes, my name, written plain as day in easily legible brush strokes.
どうして私の名前？
Why is my name on it?
お守りだからじゃ。
So it can protect you.
守る対象の名を書かねば身代わりにはならんだろう。
If you don't write the name of the person you wish to protect, the charm won't work. Crazy. This was all crazy. I didn't understand any of it, save for one simple fact. This old woman was here specifically to give me this strange paper charm. God damn. As far as I was aware, we were total strangers to one another, but she clearly knew both my name and my address.
やだ。
No. No.
ごめんなさい。せっかくだけど、私これいらないから。
I'm sorry. I know you came a long way to give me this, but I don't want it.
いらない。やっと。
You don't want it? As I extended my arm to return the paper doll, I could sense her entire demeanor had changed. She raised her body up unsteadily from the wet asphalt.
どうしてじゃ。
Why not? Well,
わしが身を削って訪ねてやっているのに、なぜ誰もわしの言うことを聞かんのじゃ。
I've nearly killed myself bringing this to you. Why will no one listen to me? Oh God.
受け取らぬなら絶対に天神賞に行ってはならん。
You must not enter Heavenly Host Elementary without this charm.
天神賞？
Heavenly Host Elementary?
そうじゃ。行くな、行くな。
Yes, you must not go. Don't go. As the old woman cried out, the paper doll fluttered lightly to the ground. Almost instantaneously, it became soaked through the rainwater. My name began to run and quickly turned into an illegible black smudge. Seeing this, the old woman grabbed and tore at her hair.
うわー、お守りが。これでもう抗う術は失われてしまった。
No, the charm, the way out has been lost.
おばあちゃん、落ち着いて。
Ma'am, please calm down.
よいか、絶対に天神賞に行ってはならん。
Listen, you must not go to Heavenly Host Elementary.
待って、おばあちゃん。私の学校は如月学園だよ。天神賞なんて知らない。
I think there's been some mistake. My school is Kisaragi Academy High. I've never even heard of Heavenly Host Elementary. Oh boy. Ma'am? Oh boy. Oh God.
お母さん、お母さん、大変。
Mom, come quick.
どうしたの？
What's wrong?
家の前で知らないおばあちゃんが倒れてるの。救急車呼んで。
An old woman collapsed in front of our house. Call an ambulance.
わかったわ。
Okay. Paramedics arrived in a matter of minutes. The old woman seemed to be unconscious by that point, however, so the EMTs brought out a
お
stretcher.
二人はこの方の関係者ですか？
Do either of you know this woman?
いえ、家の前で倒れていたので救急車を呼んだんです。身元はわからなくて。
No, she just collapsed in front of our house. We've never seen her before.
そうですか。
All right.
では付き添いで乗車はされませんか？
Would you be willing to ride with her in the ambulance? The idea of making this old woman go to the hospital by herself just seemed like it would have been a shameful thing to do. Sure, she was a stranger, but we had a lengthy conversation mere minutes before, so I couldn't very well say I had nothing to do with one another.
ゆい、あんたは学校行っといで。
Yui, you need to get to school.
でも、
What? But
この方にはお母さんがついていくわ。あんたは今日面接の練習があるんでしょ。
Don't worry, I'll go with her to the hospital. You have to practice for the interview today, right?
そうだね。
Yeah, I guess I do.
それじゃあお母さんお願い。
Thanks, Mom. I'll leave her with you then.
え、
Good luck. I was a little hesitant, but I knew I really had to go to school today no matter what. So I left the strange woman in my mom's care and heading towards school, walked right by her stretcher. Oh God. Suddenly, a hand rose from the limp form of the old woman and grabbed my skirt. Startled, I tried to jump away but found myself ensnared by her terrible bloodshot eyes.
行くな
You must not go! I wonder how she knows. That's weird. After school, once my final practice interview had concluded, I reunited with my friends and engaged in the usual regimen of gossip and small talk.
ってことがあってね。
Can you believe that?
怖い。
That's really scary.
何よそれ。
The hell was wrong with her? When I described the events of that morning, everyone's eyebrows rose. They were hanging on my every word and yelping in unison at key moments.
ゆい、今日は家でおとなしくしておけばよかったんじゃない？
Yui, maybe you should have stayed home today after all.
だって今日は面接の最後の練習があるからどうしても来たかったし。
Well, I had that practice interview. Well, but I had that practice interview. I couldn't miss that, you know?
何か起きないといいけど。
I just hope nothing bad happens.
やだ、やめてよ。何も起きないって。
Oh, come on. What could happen?
思い出した。
Oh, you know what?
え？
天神症って言葉がちょっと引っかかってたんだけどさ、七不思議に出てくるんだよね、天神症。
When you mentioned Heavenly Host Elementary, I thought it sounded kind of familiar, and I just realized why. You know the Seven Wonders, right?
七不思議ってうちの学校に伝わる如月学園七不思議のこと？
Seven Wonders? You mean those urban legends about Kisaragi?
そうそう。
Yeah, those.
天神症って何？
Does Heavenly Host Elementary have some connection to them?
放課後のよしえさんって言うんだけど、聞いたことない？
One of the stories is called Yoshi After School. Ever heard of it?
知らない。
Definitely not.
私も知らないよ。どんな話なの？
I've never heard of it either. What's it about?
如月学園が建てられる前にこの場所にあった天神小学校での話なんだけどさ。
Well, it takes place at Heavenly Host Elementary, which once occupied the same plot of land where Kisaragi Academy now stands. Oh, okay.
その天神小学校で放課後校舎の見回りをしていた女の先生が誤って階段から落ちて死んだんだって。
It's said that one day after school, a female teacher who had been patrolling the grounds slipped and fell down the stairs and died.
その日は10月のちょうど今日みたいに雨が降る放課後で、時刻はそう夜の7時を過ぎたあたり。
The accident took place on a rainy October day, just like this one, and occurred just after 7 at night.
こういう日はよしえさんが出るんだって。
And supposedly, Yoshi still appears on days like this.
天神小学校がなくなってしまったことに気づいていないよしえさんは如月学園の廊下を見回って歩いているんだよ。
Ever unaware that she died at Heavenly Host these many years ago, she now walks the halls of Kisaragi Academy, believing them to be her own.
やだ、それ本当？
Oh, come on, no. Is it true?
まあ実際見たことがある人がいるから七不思議になってるんじゃない？
Well, it wouldn't be one of the seven wonders if someone hadn't seen it happen, right?
怖。
That's really creepy.
ゆい、今日はもう帰ったら？そのおばあさんの言ってたことちょっと気になるし。ゆいだけ道が違うから一緒に帰れないじゃない？
Why don't you head home, Yui? You're the only one who doesn't live nearby, so we can't walk with you, And given the stuff that old woman said to you,
だね。お年寄りの忠告は聞いておくもんだよ。
yeah, it's always best to heed the warnings of the elderly.
そうだね。なんかゾワゾワしてきちゃったし、もう帰ろうかな。
You might be right. I am still feeling kind of on edge. Probably best I go home and check in with Mom.
それじゃあ先に帰るね。バイバイ。
I'll see you guys later then. Bye.
バイバイ。
Bye bye. See ya.
気をつけてね。
Take care.
明日ファイトだよ。
Give it everything you got tomorrow. I will.
私は慌てて荷物をまとめ教室を飛び出した。
I quickly packed up my things and rushed out of the classroom.
時刻は夕方5時になるところ。外は薄暗くなってきているけれど、階段の7時までにはまだまだ余裕があった。
It was already about 5. It was getting dark out, but if Kana's story was to be believed, I had until 7 before anything bad might happen.
だから怖がる必要なんてない。と、そう自分に言い聞かせて廊下を進む。
As I continued wending my way down the corridor, I just kept telling myself there's nothing to be afraid of.
それでも下駄箱にたどり着くまでの時間がやけに長く感じられた。
Even so, it felt like it took an extra long time to reach the shoe lockers.
あー、ダメだ。やっぱり怖い。
Man, I'm such a scaredy cat.
お、
The-
ようシシド。
oh, hey Shishido.
司くん。
Tsukasa!
今帰りか？
Heading home. Yep.
なんだよ、その満面の笑みは。
What's with the big grin?
なんでもない。ね、途中まで一緒に帰ろうよ。
It's nothing. Why don't we walk together, at least part of the way?
ああ、いいけど。
Sure, I don't mind.
やった。司くんの顔を見たら一瞬だけだけど怖かったのが吹き飛んだ。こういう時男の子ってすごく頼りになるなって思う。
When I looked at Sukasa's face, my fear vanished. If but for a moment, these are the times when it's really nice to have boys around, I thought.
そばにいてくれたら心強いなって無条件に思わせてくれるから。
I felt that as long as he was by my side, nothing bad could happen.
もちろんそれが気になっている人ならなおさら。
Didn't hurt that I had a crush on him, of course.
雨は朝よりも弱まっていた。その中を私たちは傘を差しながら歩く。
The rain had let up since that morning, though it was still coming down. The two of us walked side by side, umbrellas held high.
司くんとはたわいもない話でそこそこ笑ったりもしたけど、でも私はどこかぎこちなかったかもしれない。
Tsukasa was talking and laughing excitedly the whole time, whereas I probably came off as preoccupied. I'm sure it was awkward.
得体の知れない恐怖みたいなものがちらついて、いつもみたいに振る舞えている自信はなかった。
A vague sense of fear flickered inside me, and it was making me extraordinarily self-conscious. I'm certain it must have been reflected in my behavior.
シシド？
Shishido?
なんかお前、顔色悪いぞ。どうかした？
You look kind of pale. Did something happen?
おい、
Hey.
実は怖いことがあって。
Yeah, something scary happened.
怖いこと？
Something scary.
私の様子があまりにおかしかったのか、司くんは心なしか表情をこわばらせて私を見つめた。
I probably seemed really on edge. Tsukasa was staring at me with his look of abject concern on his face.
真剣に話を聞いてくれようとしているのが分かって、私はちょっと嬉しくなる。
I was a little relieved that he'd asked, though, and it felt good to tell him about what happened.
今抱えている恐怖をできることなら司くんと共有したかった。だから私は今朝会ったこととカンナから聞いた怪談話を司くんに話した。
I filled him in on all the details and explained how they related to Kana's ghost story. I did my absolute best to convey the dread I was feeling.
だけど司くんは
But Tsukasa was, well,
はあ、七不思議ね。
the seven wonders of Kisaragi High, huh? Yeah.
七不思議を信じるなんて夢があっていいな。
So you actually believe in that stuff. Sometimes I wish I could see the world through your eyes.
Eh?
What?
ん？
司くんは怖くないの？
You don't think it's scary?
怖いっていうか妙だとは思うけどな。でもその謎のばあちゃんと七不思議なんて単なる偶然だろう。気にしすぎだって。
It's weird, sure, but I wouldn't call it scary. And I wouldn't worry about what that old woman said to you. I'm sure it's just coincidence. I don't think it's that coincidental.
でも
But
あんま深く考えない方がいいんじゃね？
wouldn't it be better not to dwell on it either way?
そのばあちゃんは確かに気味悪いけどさ、ちょっと変わった人だっただけだろ。
I mean, yeah, your encounter with her sounds like it was kind of unsettling, but she was probably just a little off, you know?
そういうんじゃなくて
That's not the issue here.
解決方法を教えてほしかったわけじゃないよ。
I wasn't asking you to solve my problems for me.
あのね、私は話を聞いてほしかっただけなの。
Look, I just wanted you to vent, okay? I just wanted you to listen.
話なら聞いたじゃんか。
What do you mean? That's what I've been doing. Yeah, stuff your hand in, your hand. Stuff your head in the sand approach. I know you'll do it anyway, but reminding not to save over any files. Yep, I plan on saving in new spots, so we should be okay.
だからそうじゃなくて
No, not like that.
わかんねえよ。なんか怒ってんのか？
I don't get it. Are you angry about something?
男の子ってこういう考え方をする。
Guys always do this.
人によるのかもしれないけど、でも女子とは違ってすぐにこうすればいいじゃんって解決法を提示しちゃうのだ。
It varies from person to person, of course, but guys invariably jump right into looking for solutions to your problem or giving you advice on what to do. Can concur.
結果、女子は言いたいことが言えなくて消化不良になってしまう。
As a result, girls often can't be totally honest with them, or don't want to be at any rate, and are focused just to bottle up their feelings. Also accurate.
私は司くんと恐怖を共有したかっただけ。司くんが一緒に怖がってくれればそれでよかったのに。
I only wanted Tsukasa to share in some of my fears. If he were scared with me, that would have been enough.
この時の私は気にするなって言葉が司くんの気遣いだとわからなかった。めんどくさいのかなってむくれてしまったのだ。
I didn't realize then that Tsukasa telling me not to worry was his way of showing concern. I just thought he was brushing me off, and frankly, that annoyed me.
朝に見たおばあさんの顔が、目が、しわがれた声が何度も頭の中でフラッシュバックする。
My mind flashed back over and over again to the face, the eyes, and the hoarse voice of that old woman.
それが怪談話で増幅されて、じわじわと私の気持ちを暗くした。
Amplified and distorted by the ghost story, these images gradually darkened my mood.
あんなに怖い思いをしたんだからっていう甘えや八つ当たりの気持ちもあったんだと思う。
Maybe I was traumatized by the events I'd experienced, or maybe I was just frustrated and needed to lash out. I don't know.
私と司くんはこの時初めて気まずい雰囲気になった。
But for the first time ever, things had become decidedly uncomfortable between the two of
そ
us.
れじゃ私こっちだから。
Okay, well, this is me.
あ
Right.
あ、シシド。
Shishido? He called out my name as I briskly walked away. I didn't really know why I was so angry or confused, but I did notice that his voice was tinged with
なん
concern.
かあったら連絡しろよ。
If anything should happen, feel free to contact me. I considered turning back for a second, but changed my mind and pushed forward in a huff, leaving him behind.
ただいま。
I kind of feel for Yui because I'm kind of the same way when it comes to problems. Sometimes I'm not looking for answers and I'm not looking for suggestions. Sometimes I just like to talk it out, to get it out of my system, to just kind of explain my feelings, put everything down out in the open, and just have someone go, oh, I see, and that be it, and not judge me and not give me any kind of, suggestions or problem solving answer things. Like, I kind of understand the frustration. Like, when you explain something that is frustrating you and then you expect them to have, or you kind of desire them to have a reaction to your problem and they don't, it doesn't feel good. Like if you're scared about something, you want other people to be scared about something so you could be scared about something together. You don't want someone to go like, why does that bother you? Why do you care? I get it, but
ゆい、
still frustrating.
おかえり。
Yui, welcome back. Greeting me at the door, my mother wore a somber expression. Oh boy, the lady died, didn't she? I could tell right away that something had happened. I stared at her with scrunched eyebrows for an awkwardly long time before she eventually, reluctantly opened her mouth to speak.
今朝のおばあさんね。
About that old woman from this morning. Yeah?
さっき亡くなったって病院から連絡があったわ。
The hospital contacted me. She passed away a short while ago.
嘘。
No!
残念なことだけど、
I'm so sorry.
あなたは明日の推薦入試のことだけ考えていなさい。
You need to stay focused on tomorrow's exam right now, though. Yui's mom. The lady who scared you died, but also you have a test. Have a good night. Good luck. Dear Lord. Yeah.
それじゃあのおばあさんの話はこれで終わり。さあ、ご飯にするから着替えておいで。
We should put this unpleasantness behind us. I'm getting dinner started now, so how about you go get changed?
わかった。それじゃあ私部屋にいるから。
Okay. I'll be in my room.
ええ。
I'll call
お
you.
母さんがキッチンへと引っ込んでいくのを見届けて、私はもぞもぞと靴を脱いだ。気持ちは一層重くなっている。
I watched my mom work her way back to the kitchen, then wriggled out of my shoes. My mood had darkened even more.
司くんにあんな態度をとってしまっただけでも嫌な気分だったのに、あのおばあちゃんが亡くなってしまっただなんて。
Tsukasa's attitude was bad enough, but for that old woman to have died. Returning to my room, I couldn't muster the energy to do anything but collapse into my chair and sprawl out on the desk.
行くな
The last thing the old woman had said to me echoed again and again in my mind. That's terrifying. I guess I'm different than I feel like if I were scared, I'd brush it off, no big deal. Huh. I guess everybody's different, but I would react like Yui did, in all honesty. I began wishing I'd taken her more seriously. I should have accepted the paper doll and thanked her. I should have reassured her that I wouldn't go to Heavenly Host Elementary. I mean, the place didn't even exist anymore, for goodness sakes. I was exhausted. It was a hell of a day, and I no longer even had the energy to move. I needed to change out of my school clothes, but still sprawled out over the desk, my eyelids drooped and closed. I was out. I awoke with a start. The air in my room had gotten noticeably cooler, and I was shivering.
寝ちゃった。
I must have fallen asleep. Rubbing my eyes, I glanced at my clock. The needles indicated it was 6:45.
もうこんな時間。
It's already this late? It was black outside my window, streaked with lines from the still pouring
明
rain.
日は晴れるといいんだけど。
Sure hope it's sunny tomorrow. Sunny, for my exam. The weight of what the next day held for me came rushing into my mind. I'd practiced the interview process with my teachers quite thoroughly, but I was still really
そう
nervous.
だ。明日の用意しておかなくっちゃ。
Okay, I need to make sure I'm ready for tomorrow. There was still a little time before dinner. My mind swimming, I decided to make this opportunity to clean out all of the notes and textbooks I wouldn't need tomorrow from my bag.
残しておくものは学生証でしょ。それからハンカチとティッシュ。
Let's see. Student ID needs to stay, obviously. Handkerchief and tissues.
受験票も忘れずに入れて、それからペンケース。
Gotta make sure I don't forget my exam ticket. Oh, and my pen case.
あれ？
Huh?
嘘！ペンケースがない。
Oh, crap. Where's my pen case?
学校に忘れてきちゃった。
Did I leave it at school?
さーっと血の気が引いた。
My face suddenly went pale.
別に筆記用具で困ったわけじゃない。家にはいくらでも代わりがある。
Really, I shouldn't have been too concerned over writing implements. I had tons at home.
けど、あの中には司くんから借りた受験必勝鉛筆が入っているのだ。
But that case held the pencil that Tsukasa had given me for guaranteed success on my exam.
取ってこなくちゃ。
I have to go get it.
お母さん、私ちょっと学校に忘れ物取りに行ってくる。
Hey, Mom, I forgot something at school, so I'm going to run back for a sec.
もうすぐご飯できるわよ。
What? But dinner's almost ready.
すぐ戻るから。
That's okay, I'll come right home.
そう。雨も降っているし、気をつけていくのよ。
Alright, still raining though, so be careful. I will.
あの鉛筆は絶対に明日試験会場へ持っていかなければならないものの一つだった。だから私は迷うことなく学校に戻る道を選んだ。
That pencil was one thing I absolutely needed to bring with me to the test, and so, without hesitation, I ran back down the road to school.
降りしきる雨の中、足元に気を配りながら全速力で走る。走っている間、ちらりと頭をよぎるのは起きた時の時間だった。
I was sprinting as close to full speed as I could without slipping in the downpour. All the while, the numbers on my bedroom clock ran through my mind.
6時45分。七不思議で語られていた時間は夜の7時。
6:45, and if Kana's story was to be believed, Yoshi haunted the school building at 7. Oh boy.
校門前に着いて真っ先に時間を確認した。校舎についている大時計が指し示す時間は6時55分。
As soon as I arrived at the gate, I glanced up at the large clock adorning the schoolhouse. It was now 6:55.
放課後の吉江さんの怪談話が再び頭をよぎる。
Yoshi after school. I went over the whole scenario in my head again, as best as I could recall
10
it.
月。雨が降る放課後。夜7時。
After classes, on a rainy day in October, 7 at night.
あのおばあちゃん、もしかしてこうなるのが分かっていて。
Did that old woman somehow know this would happen?
やだな、もう怪談なんてあんなの作り話だって。
Get a hold of yourself, Yui. It's just some old campfire tale. Now, here's my question. Obviously, I don't know how Japanese schools work. But theoretically, shouldn't school be closed after school hours? Like, that's the question I have. How could you at like 7 o'clock at night just be like, I forgot something at the school? Like, as soon as the kids were out in my school, they just locked the doors. Like, no kids were allowed back in. So, I don't know.
こみ上げてくる恐怖を抑えつけるために声を出して自分を叱咤する。
I was talking to myself, reprimanding myself in an effort to quell the fear that was welling up in the pit of my
見上
stomach.
げた校舎に人影はない。こんな時間なら生徒はもう帰宅しているだろうし、先生だってどれくらい残っているのか。
There wasn't a soul to be seen on the grounds. By this time, the students had all gone home. I wondered if any teachers were even still around.
けれど廊下の電気はまだ全てついていた。あれだけ明るければそこまで怖い思いをしなくても教室まで行けるだろう。
Kat, you don't know how to sneak into your school? I feel like I'm telling on myself. My school had alarms. If we opened a door when we weren't supposed to, the alarm would sound. Like, we're not just talking fire emergency exits. We're talking all doors had alarms. And I went to a very small school. There was no way to sneak in or just casually, like, go grab a pencil or something. You were fucked.
よしパッと行ってパッと済ましちゃおう
Okay, I'll just run up, grab the case, then come right back down. Oh god, it's all dark and everything. Like, why would you just leave it unlocked? I folded up my soaked umbrella and left it on the rack by the entrance, then changed into my indoor shoes. Then entering the bright lit hall, I took another look around.
やっぱり生徒は誰も残ってないみたい
Guess I was right. Nobody's home. My deep sigh echoed through the deathly silent corridor. Ordinarily, the din of other students would drown out noises like this, but every little sound was coming through crystal clear at this late hour.
急がなくちゃ
I love how 7 is late. I need to hurry. It's almost 7. I nervously sauntered towards classroom 3-4, picking up speed as it occurred to me to do so.
今朝のおばあさんねさっき亡くなったみたい
About that old woman from this morning. She passed away a short while ago.
その天神小学校で放課後校舎の見回りをしていた女の先生が誤って階段から落ちて死んだんだって
It's said that one day after school, a female teacher who'd been patrolling the grounds slipped and fell down the stairs and died.
その日は10月のちょうど今日みたいに雨が降る放課後で時刻はそう夜の7時を過ぎたあたり
The accident took place on a rainy October day just like this one and occurred just after 7 at night.
こういう日はヨシエさんが出るんだって
And supposedly Yoshi still appears on days like this.
天神小学校がなくなってしまったことに気づいていないヨシエさんは如月学園の廊下を見回って歩いているんだよ
Also, why does every Japanese like school have like a ghost named Yoshi? There was one in Calling, and then there was this one. Like I feel like Yoshi is a very overused name and is always the name of some ghost or thing. It's funny. Ever unaware that she died at Heavenly Host these many years ago, she now walks the halls of Kisaragi Academy, believing them to be her own.
もう何考えてるのよ私七不思議なんて司くんも言ってたじゃない深く考えない方がいいって
Oh, it was in the hospital, but still. Ghost Yoshi. Ghost Yoshi. Geez, what the hell is wrong with me? Why am I letting this bother me so much? Tsukasa was right. I shouldn't dwell on this. And lightning scared her. Lightning flashed and thunder resounded with impeccable timing. I jumped in spite of myself.
とにかくパッと教室に行ってペンケース取ってこなくちゃ
I just need to hurry up the stairs, grab the pen case, and get the hell out of this creepy building. No ghosts should show up in the well-lit building like this, right? As if light kept ghosts away. And even if they did, they wouldn't be very scary under all these bright lights.
あのペンケースに入ってる鉛筆は明日の試験にどうしても必要なの
I absolutely need that pencil for tomorrow's test.
だってあれは司くんがくれたお守りなんだもの
It's my good luck charm after all, and it's from Tsukasa. Sorry, Yoshi will forever be a green dinosaur to me. Maybe they don't care about locking doors. Maybe school is study area for students that are kept open. Maybe school has magnetic cards and readers. Oh, maybe. I didn't think of it like that. I picked up the pace as I continued to head straight for room 3-4.
The
middle school is already pitch black. I guess there really is no one else around here right now.
それにしても 今日はいつもよりこの廊下が長い感じがする。ただでさえこの廊下で遅刻しそうになるくらいなのに。
And this hallway feels longer than it ever has before. Was it always like this? Can't imagine I'd ever be on time if it were. I continued my brisk walk down the impossibly long hallway toward my goal, jumping every now and again whenever another thunderclap sounded. Kisaragi Academy was comprised of both the middle school and the high school, and this evening it really felt like it was flaunting its massive size. Didn't help that my classroom was in the high school wing, which happened to be past the middle school, making it seem that much farther away.
いつもは賑やかな場所がこんなにも静まり返っていると余計に物寂しい気がするな。
When a building that's usually so full of life goes completely quiet, it becomes such a lonely place.
雨の音がやけに大きく聞こえるよ。
Yes, Fatal Nerd. I was saying it the whole time. I was like, when you're listening with headphones, you hear like voices come here and then go around, or you hear like them come like closer and then farther away, or like they're behind you. They did a really good job like making the audio of this game, I will say that. I swear I can hear every drop of rain. I was focusing on the scant few sounds around me. I paced down that long, lonely corridor. Then all of a sudden, I heard a faint noise, as of someone playing an organ.
今の空耳だよね。そうに決まってるよ。
That was just my imagination, right? I mean, it had to be.
こんな時間に音楽室で楽器を鳴らす人なんているわけないし。
There's no way anyone would still be here practicing, right? I took a deep breath, trying to calm my nerves. It was probably the sounds of the rain, wind, and thunder mixing together. It just sounded like an organ, that's all. I was convinced. I kept walking. But then... I heard the same noise again, this time much more clearly. It was unmistakable.
嘘。やだ。
No. No way. I was paralyzed with fear. My heart was pounding as if it were struggling to break free of someone's sinister grip.
きっとまだ吹奏楽部の子とか先生が残って弾いてるんだよね。嘘だ。そうに決まってるよ。
It's probably just some devoted member of the band, or a teacher who's working late. I'm just being stupid. Thinking about it, I vaguely recalled someone mentioning an upcoming performance by the Wind Instrument Club. I guess an organ would qualify. Somebody must have just stayed late to practice, that's all.
何でもかんでも怖い話に直結させちゃいけないな。
Ah, I can't get that damn ghost story out of my head. I took another deep breath and tried again to calm my overly jittery
怖
nerves.
いと思ったら何でも怖く思えるものだよね。
Anything can be scary if you think it is. I heard that if you let your imagination run too wild, fear can even make you see things that aren't there. And my imagination was most definitely running wild.
あとちょっとで教室だから走っていこう。
I'm almost there. I might as well sprint the rest of the way. I decided to dash toward my classroom so I could get out of this hall as quickly as possible. Oh God, why? Finally reaching that familiar door, I swiftly opened it and flicked on the lights.
やっとたどり着いた。あとはペンケースを忘れないようにしなくちゃ。
Alright, I made it. Now I just have to be absolutely certain I don't leave here without that pen case again. Thanks to all my unexpected pauses to freak out over thunder and lightning, it took me far longer than it should have to get here. It was already well past 7.
7時か。
7 o'clock, huh? It was the appointed time when the ghost of a teacher was supposed to appear, at least according to the school legend.
何もないじゃない。
No undead educators here. I let out a sigh of relief and relaxed my shoulders a bit. The lights were on both sides of the classroom and out in the hallway. Sure, it was still dead silent, but the fear I'd been feeling had completely melted away.
全然怖くないよ。やっぱり七不思議だなんて嘘だったんだな。
Yeah, there's nothing to be afraid of. The 7 wonders aren't real. I grabbed the pen case I'd come back for and shoved it into my pocket.
よし、これで任務完了だね。
Okay, mission accomplished. With my long ordeal behind me, more or less, I looked around the classroom and let out another sigh. I'd only ever known this classroom when it was bustling with activity, and thus found its eerie silence and utter stillness to be oddly fascinating.
教室に私一人ってなんだか不思議な感じがするな。
Such a strange feeling being alone in a classroom like this. I got the idea in my head to try doing something I normally wouldn't be able to, like standing at the teacher's podium and writing on the
こ
blackboard.
んなシチュエーションめったにないし。
Chances like this don't come around too often, after all. To me, the area behind that podium, from which teachers conduct their lessons, was like a sacred space. I remember that. You remember, like even going, like, in a certain area of the classroom was just like, oh no, unless you have permission, you can't do it. It was just like, you were to come in, you were to sit at your desk, you were just to, do whatever. You couldn't really cross the lines, and then if you had to like go up and like write something, it would have to be because you were called on, and then you would feel really nervous because everybody's looking at you. Ugh. I dreamed of standing there myself one day, and I could hardly resist its pull when presented with a rare opportunity like this.
今なら誰も見てないし。
Well, no one's looking. To my classmates, this would seem like such a silly, stupid dilemma, but that didn't change the way I felt at that moment.
どうしようかな。
Should I or shouldn't I? Oh, I get to choose. Time to save. My first save of this. Okay. I'm going to stand at the teacher's podium.
よし、少しだけ先生の気分を味わっちゃえ。
How could I pass this up? It's a chance to feel like a real teacher. I decided I had to try it. During daily cleanup and such, I'd come and gone from this spot countless times. But this was the first time I'd ever had an opportunity to just stand there and preside over the classroom.
そうか。先生からはこんな風に見えるんだ。教室って。
So, this is how it looks to be a teacher, huh?
なんかちょっとドキドキする。
It's kind of awe-inspiring. Gaining a teacher's point of view, in the most literal sense, was starting to get me really fired up. It may seem silly now, but this was my stage. This was where all my dreams would play out.
私もいつか。
Someday. I began to imagine the future that awaited me. Painstakingly detailed some new piece of knowledge for students sitting attentively at their desks. Gliding chalk across the board, filling it with information to aid them in their
いつ
studies.
か先生になれるといいな。
I sure hope I can make the cut one of these days. I was getting so excited that even I began to think my behavior was a little strange. Maybe it was the juxtaposition of these joyous, freeing visions and the prickling dread I'd been feeling up until just a minute or two before. But then, in the blink of an eye, one of these two conflicting emotions completely overpowered the other. Oh, shit.
停電？
Crap! Is this a blackout? Suddenly, my surroundings were bathed in darkness. Going stiff with shock, I stumbled back a step. My back struck the blackboard with a dull thud.
いきなり何？
What awful timing. I instinctively grabbed hold of the rail where the eraser sat. I felt chalk dust against my fingertips. My panicked heartbeat was making it difficult to breathe. Was this caused by the thunderstorm? If so, it sure picked a fine time to turn the lights out on me. And
しかもオルガンの音。
yeah,
まだ響いてる。
the organ's getting louder.
嘘なんで？停電になってるならオルガンだって鳴らないはずなのに。
Chad is punishing me like, look what you've done! And what's more, I can still hear the sound of the organ. But no, it's an electric organ. How is that even possible with no power? Oh boy, you must not go! Was this what the old woman was trying to warn me about? That's impossible. She was no fortune teller or psychic, as far as I was aware. How could she possibly have known this would happen? Hell, even if she were a fortune teller or a psychic, predicting the future is the stuff of science fiction. I shook my head.
落ち着くのよ私。音楽室の方はまだ停電になってないとかきっとそんな理由だよ。
I need to calm down. Maybe it's just the swing that lost power, and the music room is still okay. That seems plausible, right? I curled my chalk-dusted fingers into a fist and silently tried to talk some sense into
とも
myself.
かく早く校舎を出よう。
I've got to get out of here. I shouldn't have been playing teacher. I should have been in and out by now. God damn it, me. Cursing myself a little, I fumbled my way through the darkened classroom. Oh boy. I'd spent so much time in here, you'd think I'd be able to find the way out with my eyes closed, as it were. But sadly, that wasn't the case. Smashing loudly into a desk, knocked it on its side and began tumbling after it, instinctively grabbing at other desks around me for support. Oh boy. I'm gonna get killed by tripping on desks, aren't I?
といけない。机の中身まき散らしちゃったよ。
Damn it, sounds like I knocked a lot of stuff out of that desk.
元に戻さなくちゃ。
Guess I need to put everything back. Still fumbling around blindly, I gathered up all the scattered notes, textbooks, and writing utensils.
でも暗くて何がなんだか。もう何やってるのよ、急いでるのに。本当にドジなんだから。
Ugh, I can't tell what's what. This is so embarrassing. What the heck am I doing anyway? Wasn't I supposed to be hurrying home? I'm such a klutz. I let out a sigh. I seem to be doing that a lot lately.
これは教科書とノートでしょ。
Okay, this is a textbook, and this is a notebook, right? I was trying to take inventory of all the things I'd knocked out of the desk, then realized why. I might as well just stand up and stuff it all back in.
さすがに全部を間違いなく元に戻すのは無理だな。明日ここの席の子に謝らなくちゃ。
I couldn't possibly organize it properly in absolute darkness. Better just to apologize tomorrow to whoever sits here. Not that that was a particularly pleasant prospect. Explaining what I'd done wouldn't be easy, and no matter how I sugarcoated it, it would serve as a clear indication of my clumsiness. If I didn't say anything, it's not like I'd be found out, but that would be the same as lying as far as I'm concerned, and I couldn't do that.
これで最後かな。
Okay, I think I got everything. I placed my hand against the floor and swept it around, feeling for anything I might have missed. And I found something all right.
やだ。何これ。なんだかぬるぬるして。
Ew, gross. What is this? It's all slimy? Ugh. I clearly brushed my fingers across something, but I had no idea what. It was no notebook or writing implement, though. That's for sure.
机の中からなんでブニュブニュしたものが。
Why would anybody have something like this in their desk? Maybe it had been on the floor all along.
なんだろうこれ。
What is this stuff? I rubbed my sticky fingertips a bit deeper into the wet spot, then brought my hand up close to my face so I can get a better look at what was there. What on earth did I just touch? Oh boy. There was a flash of lightning almost immediately, joined by a roaring thunderclap. And with it, for a split second, the pitch-black classroom was lit up bright as day. God, is that blood? I shot to my feet, utterly mortified. In that split second, I'd gotten a very good look at my fingertips, and it really did seem as if they were covered in blood. But it wasn't just my hand. No, if my peripheral vision were to be trusted, it looked like the entire classroom was stained in a deep, dark crimson.
そういえば、なんとなく生臭い気がする。
Crap, it kind of smells like blood in here, too. Without thinking, I backed away from where I'd been crouching. I tried rationalizing what I saw. How could a whole classroom become a bloodbath like this? Did something spill? Did someone tumble in here injured?
ありえない。
Stumble, rather?
何よこれ。
This is impossible. It can't be. I mean, how? My whole body was quaking. I fled from the classroom. Or rather, I tried to flee. Now she's locked.
やだ
What? Why won't it open? No, please no.
鍵なんてかかってなかったのに。今だって鍵はかかってないよ。それなのにどうして？
I don't remember locking it, and it isn't locked, so why can't I get it open? I pulled on the door handle again and again in a frenzy. I was pulling so hard it felt like my fingernails might tear loose. But it just wouldn't budge.
なんでよ
Why, please? I was absent-mindedly grabbing at my hair with one hand and slammed my fist on a nearby desk with the other. This was a nightmare.
何これ
Please, no, what is going on? Silence saturated the inky blackness of the room. I took several deep breaths in an effort to restrain my pounding heart.
とにかく一度落ち着かないと。そもそもドアが開かないのだって私がこんなにパニックになってるせいかもしれないし。
Calm down. I have to calm down. I'm probably just panicking because the door won't open.
さっきの変な塊だってきっと何かの勘違いだよ。だってありえないじゃない。教室にあんなわけのわからないものが落ちてるだなんて。
I'm sure I just misidentified whatever that is on the floor. I mean, it's preposterous, right? There's no way something like that could be. I was certain that what I saw was what it actually was. Wait. I was certain that when I saw what it actually was come morning, it ended up being something totally random, like someone's old soda-stained gym clothes.
きっとそうだよ。そうだ。指についたのだって美術に使う絵の具かもしれないじゃない。
That has to be it. Yeah, I probably just brushed against somebody's paint for art class or something. My imagination was just running wild because I was
もしか
panicking.
したらドアに何かが挟まってて開かないだけかもしれない。
And the door probably just has something caught in it, that's all. I decided to check out that hypothesis by feeling my way across the door and determining if anything was jutting out from any of the
ダ
cracks.
メだ。真っ暗で何にも見えない。
Damn, not sure I can do this without being able to see. I fumbled around the gaps in the door, but I just couldn't make anything out of what would be doing this, and the classroom's rear exit seemed a world away.
他の出口は。
Maybe there's another way out of here. No, this was the third floor. I couldn't get out of this classroom without exiting into the
今
hallway.
すぐ外に出たいのに。
Let me out, I want out. Still at a loss, I noticed a sudden flash of light through the hallway window. But the glass was only translucent, so I couldn't be sure of its
誰
source.
か歩いてくる。
Is somebody out there? Uh-oh. Then there came the distinctive clomp, clomp, clomp of footsteps.
そうだ。きっと用務員さんだ。
Oh, of course. It must be the custodian. If this is White Day, that custodian is going to kill you with a bat. You better run. I recalled the existence of a custodian who always patrolled the school grounds. I was sure he must have been taking a look around after a sudden power outage.
助かった。
Great, I'm saved! All at once, my fear-addled legs regained their strength. This nightmare would soon be over.
すみません。
Excuse me! I shouted to the custodian through the window as loudly as I could muster.
すみません。閉じ込められてるんです。
Excuse me, I'm trapped in here. I had to be sure he heard me. I shouted again. Finally, I could see the light out in the hallway again, and it seemed to be getting closer. However...
なんかこの光おかしい気がする。
something's not right about this. Perturbed, I took a step away from the window.
懐中電灯だったらもっと明るいよね。この光はなんだか。
If that's a flashlight, shouldn't it be brighter? It kind of looks like the faint unearthly glow classically attributed to spirits was what I was thinking. I tried to stop myself from finishing that thought, however. Dullness aside, It also looked like it was wriggling around in a very unnatural, very unflashlight-like way.
それにこの足音。
And these footsteps. Clomp, 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 clomp. 4 clomps, then a 3 or so second interval, then another 4 clomps. They were sounding in a fixed rhythm.
用務員さんじゃない。明らかに変な歩き方。
That's no custodian. Nobody walks like that. The fear was back in full force. I had to find somewhere to hide. What if I'd accidentally summoned something inhuman? I mean, whatever that was, I begged it for help. I literally invited it in.
どこか隠れるところ。そうだ。
I need to hide, but where? Oh god. Let's save. Okay, let's think about this. The teacher's podium is right next to me, I guess. The supply locker's all the way on the other side. But the supply locker I'd be able to see through. I know, neither spot sounds safe. Huh. I guess I can... I would say the supply locker has a door. The teacher's podium is just like a ducking thing. So like the supply locker? I hurriedly squeezed myself into the metal locker where the custodian's cleaning supplies were kept. It was still pitch black in the room, so I really couldn't spare the time it would take to remove its contents. Instead, I just contorted myself to fit. Oh boy. The locker was thick with smells of mold and varnish.
ここで息を潜めていればきっと見つからないよね。
If I can hold my breath for just a little while, I think I'll be safe in here. So I waited. I waited for the footsteps to pass by and fade into distance, signaling that it was safe to
ずっ
emerge.
とこんなところにいたらむせちゃいそうだよ。
Whoever it is had better hurry. I feel like I'm going to suffocate if I'm in here much longer. Still, it felt a lot safer in the locker than it did out in the room. But the footsteps weren't receding. They were just getting louder, closer, faster. I don't like that noise. I do not like that noise at all. At all. That is a very terrible noise. I hate that noise. And then they came to a sudden halt. They were close, just outside the locker. I peered through the ventilation holes. Amidst the utter darkness of the classroom, there wasn't a soul to be seen.
大丈夫。ここにいれば大丈夫。
I'm okay. As long as I stay in here, I'll be fine. I'm not sure why I believed that. Maybe because I needed to. Maybe because it was so dark, or because I felt so much calmer in such a tight space where nothing could possibly sneak up behind me. I didn't know why, and I didn't care. I just knew that, as far as I was concerned, I was safe in here, so I stood motionless and cramped, and I waited. I didn't have to wait long.
今なんか音がした。鍵がかかったような。
What was that? It sounded like a door locking. Suddenly apprehensive, I gently nudged the supply closet door just to make sure it would still open for me when I wanted it to.
開かない。
Oh no. Ah, no, it's locked.
見つけた。
Found you. I let out a sudden yelp at this unknown voice and tried all my might to push open the door, blocking my escape.
開かない。開けて。開けてってば。
No, no, please, let me out, let me out.
まだ残ってるの？
Somebody still here?
居残りしてた罰よ。
You'll need to be punished for that. There was a brief moment of silence following the eerie voice's unsettling proclamation. And then... Crash, crunch, the metal walls around me on all four sides began warping inward as if the supply locker had somehow been fed into a trash compactor. Ow! What's going on? There was no force I could imagine that should have been able to do this, but it was happening. This already confined space was steadily closing in on me. Oh god. It hurts. Open the door. Let me out. Crash, crunch. The collapse of the locker all around me continued, slowly and steadily. I could feel all manner of things pushing and cutting into my body. Oh, this was a dead end. It killed me in the locker. My vision went bright red. One of the blood vessels in my eyes probably burst from the pressure. I wasn't going to last much longer. The ventilation holes in the locker were now pressed up right against my face, and through them I could just barely make out the figure of a person. It was the old woman from this morning. She was standing just outside the slats, staring right into my eyes. Oh god. It was the last sight I would ever see as the locker finally, inevitably, smashed in my skull. Crash, crunch, crack, splat. Wow. Well then, don't hide in the locker. Not at all. Okay, so that was a thing. I thought the locker would be safe, and I am wrong. So let's continue. Let's load that save back up. So I guess we need to hide in the podium.
どこか隠れるところ。そうだ。
Teacher's podium. I hurriedly hid myself beneath the teacher's podium. I grabbed my knees, curled up, and made myself as small as I could.
なんなの？一体どうなってるの？
What is this? What's happening? The footsteps continued to draw nearer and nearer. Little by little, the sound grew louder. Every hair on my body was standing on end.
このまま通り過ぎてください。お願いします。
Please just pass by, please. I held my breath, clasped my hands together, and silently prayed. They were close now. Very, very close. Please, God. Why was this happening? I couldn't make any sense of it. I just wanted it to be over. I prayed to God that it would end. Was this what the old woman was trying to warn me about? Was this all happening because I ignored her? Because I didn't take the paper doll from her? Was it because I'd heard the ghost story of Yoshi and allowed it to get to me? Or did the strange events of the day have nothing to do with what was happening to me now?
口から心臓が飛び出しちゃいそうだよ。
It feels like my heart is going to burst out of my chest. I was still holding my breath. I didn't dare even the tiniest of sounds escape without giving away my position. And see, this would be the point that I would get so nervous that I would have an upset stomach and then I would fart and then the ghost would find me and then I'd die. Like, the fart would be the death of me. Just saying. That would be me. Oh boy. She's walking around. The consistent rhythm of the footsteps suddenly ended halfway into one of its cycles. And it ended right in front of this very classroom. Oh. I had goosebumps up and down my arms and legs. I stopped praying and clasped my hands over my mouth. I knew I'd scream if I didn't. Could this be Yoshi? Was the school legend real? Oh boy. All I could do was close my eyes, keep my mouth shut, and hope that whoever or whatever this was would just go away. But the footsteps didn't start again. If this was indeed Yoshi, then she'd stopped in front of the classroom and was just standing there. I had no concept of time anymore. I stayed in my hiding spot for what was probably only a few minutes, but felt like at least an hour.
足音が消えた。
Maybe whoever it was is gone. I decided to carefully peek out from under the podium. I gingerly edged my head out just as far enough to get a glimpse of the room when suddenly... Oh, I hate that noise so much. I dislike that. The footsteps rang out once more. It sounded like they were headed right for me, and they might have been inside the room. I honestly couldn't tell. I scrambled back into my hiding spot and covered my mouth with both hands. This was too much for me. My breathing was coarse and erratic, and my face was a mess of tears and snot. God, please, save me. I was inconsolable. The footsteps just wouldn't stop. What on earth were they doing? I just imagined someone going... like, just fucking dancing. It almost seemed like they were running around in circles just to scare me. Stop it, please stop it. I mouthed these words over and over again and moved my hands to my ears in a vain attempt to block out this torturous sound. And as if in response, the sound changed. It was a loud, dull thud followed by silence, no more footsteps. I'd heard that sound hundreds of times before. It was the classroom door sliding open. I peeked out, but the door was still tightly shut. How could that be? If the sound I heard wasn't the door, then what was it? What little safety I'd felt here was pretty much gone, but to be fair, I wasn't absolutely certain the spirit had seen or heard me either. The prospect of stepping out into the open wasn't a desirable one, but I had to decide if it was better to stay where I was or to make a break for it. Oh shit. We're gonna save again because reasons. Also, hello, Gooey Goo! Gooey Goo! Hello and happy Tuesday. I want to stay hidden because I don't trust it. I don't want to, kind of want to hide.
隠れていよう。きっとやり過ごせるよ。大丈夫。
I'll keep hiding. It'll pass by for sure. It'll be okay. But it only took a moment for that decision to come back and bite me. God damn it. God damn it. My body was suddenly weighed down. In an instant, without knowing what was happening, my fetally positioned form was essentially locked in place. It was like a boulder had fallen on top of me and was resting on my arched back. I twisted and shuffled myself around, trying to shake it off, but the more I struggled, the heavier it became. And what's more, it felt like it was slowly inching its way up towards... And what's more, it felt like it was slowly inching its way up toward my head as if it were planning on dropping down in front of my face. Was this a person? Guess who? It was a female voice, reverberating ominously, as if bubbling up from the depths of hell. I squirmed violently, desperate to throw her off of me. Shall we play tag together? I don't like tag. My vision went red, or at least it felt that way. Whoever was on my back had dug her razor-sharp fingernails right into my eyes! I collapsed on the spot. The pain was instantaneous and unbearable. I could no longer hold my position. I could no longer focus on anything but this agony. My eyes, my eyes!
悪い子にはお仕置きです。
Bad children must be punished. The pain shot through my head in waves. It was indescribable, unthinkable. I couldn't take it any longer. My consciousness faded, and I was gone. I would never know exactly what happened to me, but maybe I was better off that way. Wow, we are hitting all the dead ends. Like, I'm not even deliberately hitting the dead ends. I'm just hitting dead ends. This makes my job easier. Thanks, Crystal.